Let's go.
Oh, baby,
Let's go. Let's
baby.
go, man. This
Crypto
is it.
Bro. Crypto Tro, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. We are live, guys. We are live. And today I got the famous Crypto Grady in the building. He's doing some amazing things. He's like probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, DFK person, man, because he is very passionate. And I know me personally, I'm passionate about DFK, but I love watching your live streams just because you really are passionate and it shows. And I feel like that's the best way to really build a community with passionate people, not people who just shilling different projects or talking about any and everything, but people who are really committed to making the content on this project, because DeFi Kingdoms is one of the best projects. And you people say I'm a maxi. People love to say, you're a DeFi Kingdoms maxi. And if that's what you want to call it, it shall be, because I believe it's one of the best projects in the crypto space, and they're doing some amazing things. The team is probably the best team that I've ever run across in the crypto space. So I'm just excited, very excited to have Crypto Grady on. If you don't mind, Grady, just give a short introduction. We letting the people come into the live. People, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you go to Crypto's Grady page right now and subscribe to his page, because he is the best, man. So Grady, let the people know who you are, and we're gonna get it started like that.
I love you. Well, a little over a year ago, I noticed DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem was dying at the time. And it was like, what the heck? This isn't warranted. I had first heard of DeFi Kingdoms from Drake on Digital, and he's talking about it all the time. And then I started hearing about it from other YouTubers. And then George starts talking about it, and Crypto Banter starts talking about it. And we had Hustle out there and Miles talking about it. And I'm like, finally, I'm going to stop putting this off. I go see what this is all about. DeFi Kingdoms, get in there, right? And I notice, hey, the team's doing weekly AMAs. They're keeping us updated. They're transparent. They're always out there, and I'm used to, what I'm used to in crypto? I'm used to not knowing what the hell's going on with all these projects. You just never know. You don't know if it's rugging. You don't know if the team's giving up. You don't know if there's inner turmoil, with the team. And just that alone, I was like, wow, this team, and they seem genuine. They seem sincere, and they're trying to do right by the community and follow that golden rule, looking out for the best interests of others, even over their own best interests, which is what I do on my channel. We try to find those projects with teams that are grinding through the bear market. They're looking out they're following the golden rule, looking out for the best interests of others over their vision. They have a strong vision and a strong why that's driving them. It's not about making a quick buck. They have a vision to change the world, or, solve a problem, or create a game, and do all these things, okay, and develop and do awesome game-changing things. That's what I saw from this team. And my gut was like, nah, man, this isn't warranted. All this hate they were getting a little over a year ago, people bouncing out of the ecosystem like crazy. And we still see that even happening some today. And it's unfortunate, because as we've seen, the team continues to grind. They've been through hell and back 50 times over. It's been crazy what this team's had to endure, but hold on. There's about to be an onslaught of announcements coming soon. Shout out to Christian Peter, who's in the chat. We're helping George. I'm George, we're all George. He's got his Cryptos R Us Plus channel. Okay. And we're covering gaming. He wants us to cover gaming projects, and Kong, baby, who's in the house. Okay.
Shout out to Kong. Shout out to Kong.
Yeah, baby. My right-hand man, and KP, who's just phenomenal right there. And so we're going to be putting out videos on games. Okay. Well, George specifically said, he's always like, Grady, you can't do everything DeFi Kingdoms. Like, you have to cover other stuff too. It's okay to cover DeFi Kingdoms. Well, he specifically said, oh, don't worry. We'll be doing some DeFi Kingdoms videos soon. When the announcement, there's going to be some big fat announcements coming, baby. And it's going to be huge. Are you familiar with the next Crypto Gym TV show, Tro?
Yes, I actually am. I made a video about it probably about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I know I've been seeing you guys tweets and going back and forth, and I actually saw when you were talking about having a gaming portion on cryptos are so
Yeah.
that's going to be very, very exciting. I really can't wait because I want to know all about the new gaming, all the
Yeah.
different projects that you guys will talk about. So that's going to be super, super exciting. And I can't wait.
I
I'm for
know.
sure tuning in because KP and Grady are some of the best people, especially in DeFi Kingdoms. Like, I love you guys' content when it comes to DeFi Kingdoms. Because if I don't know something, I know I can go to your page. You had so many people on in the community, including myself. And it's just a variety of different topics as far as DeFi Kingdom goes. So that is going to be very, very bullish. The crypto gym. I can't wait to see you guys, flourish in it.
Yes, baby. I loved having you on the channel last time you came on. Next thing I know, Crypto Tro, he's out there with the Mythic Squad, baby.
Yeah.
He's getting stuff set up with Sergeant Phil, and who knows who, like Boxside Chats or somebody. It's like, I love it. You're getting out there. You've been sticking it out, and that's where the real money's made, right? When you stick through that bear market, where it's hard, it's brutal, this freaking bear market. But if you've been in DeFi Kingdoms this whole time, it has been brutal. What's going on
Yes.
with Tro?
See, and I told you on your channel, I literally rode the entire ride. Like I came in DeFi Kingdoms, maybe I was there for the Gen Zero mints. Now I didn't get a chance to mint. I hate that I didn't get a chance to mint a Gen Zero, but I was actually in the Discord when they had the live
Oh,
meeting
wow.
in the Discord with the Gen Zeros. So like I've literally been in, I would say maybe since day one, pretty much when it was on Harmony. I was in the Discord when it happened, and it was such an amazing thing going on. But I know once prices tanked, everybody just absolutely destroyed DeFi Kingdoms. Like you said, just talk bad about it. Wins PvP, wins PvE, and I'm just sitting back thinking like, guys, like the team continues to deliver. Like it's no crypto project that usually when a bear market comes, if even if the project is still building, they go silent. Like, they pretty much don't say anything. They might still be building, but they don't really put out information letting the people know what's going on or what they plan on doing in the future. But DeFi Kingdoms continue to do that and overcame so many things, especially, with the liquidity pools when they were talking about Frisky and,
Yeah.
all of the things that they went through, they overcame it. And that's why I was like, why wouldn't you stick with a project like that in a bear market? Because we always look at bear markets as opportunities to buy. That's how I look at bear markets. I don't look at it like, why would you sell when you're down 100% already? Now, if you need the money, then I can understand that. But if you're down 100% and you can add more money to the bag, why would you sell at such a loss and the team continues to build? That's crazy to me.
Yeah. And you're smart, man. Your head's in the right place and you're going to be rewarded for it. I believe it 110%. I love it, man. Altcoin assist in the house, baby.
Yeah, Alcoin
Oh,
Assist. Shout out to Alcoin Assist.
yeah.
So let's get it started, man. The first question I want to
Okay.
ask is, what are your favorite things about the game? Like, what made you so bullish on DeFi Kingdoms and made you just really start talking about it? Because we already know, like you said, you started really because everybody was just putting it down, and
Yeah.
it really wasn't a lot of content creators around that time. Now we're seeing more people create content. So what made you start create? Well, we already know that, but what makes you continue to create it, and what do you like so much about DeFi Kingdoms?
Well, so first I noticed right off the bat when I was plugging into the ecosystem, the art really wasn't my style at the time. It was like,
Yeah.
huh, so this is like an old school type of art, but then it grows on you, you start liking it. But the number one thing I always noticed was the team communicating. The team was in there in Discord. I sent it, ask a question one time and Dreamer responded.
Right.
I was like, one time Frisky responded. When I was in there, I was like, I've never seen that before. I've been involved in so many other projects where it's like, I'm like trying to get to the team and it's like pulling teeth. You just will never be able to reach them. The feedback is just, whatever. Now we're starting to see that change these days, some of these teams. But DeFi Kingdoms for me was the first that I had ever seen that was doing this well of a job, at communicating. And I know, I later heard like Sandbox was doing similar things. There's other projects out there, but I didn't. My experience was horrible experiences trying to, actually get a feel for what's going on with the team. Whereas with DeFi Kingdoms, still to this day, weekly videos, baby. They never miss. And I hope they never change that. That's so important. Okay. Then number 2, I started realizing as I started diving a little deeper into the game, how big brains, like for one, the NFTs are the most complex NFTs in all of crypto. There's no NFTs in the world that, if you read the code strictly by code, that are more in depth than the DeFi Kingdoms NFTs. And you start examining the summoning and, the traits, this and that. And it's just phenomenal how that works. And then the ecosystem. And I started getting my head wrapped around the brilliance of Hubert, okay, and how big brains the ecosystem is. And when this game does go live, in its own time, when it happens, okay, and when the people come and the demand's there, I mean, I can't even, it's so insanely bullish for all the in-game items, the in-game economy. Not when people are exiting out of the ecosystem. That's not the case. Okay, but as people come back into the ecosystem and there's demand for these items, when crafting comes along, okay, we're going to realize we've seen what's going on with Moshka runes. Okay, that's just an example. It's not like anybody's out there wanting to buy up a bunch of Moshka runes. No, we are avoiding buying Moshka runes, and still it's pumping. Like it's, and I'm not able to level up all my heroes that I want to. Well, that's just, that's the big brains of Hubert, of the in-game economy. And I think we're going to see that down the road with tiers and all, most all the other items coming. And I just realized, wow, this team is quality. This team is solid. And, they have the vision. They want to change the world. Their vision, is awesome. And then I connected with Frisky Fox, I remember. Okay, so I started the YouTube channel because I realized, I saw this ecosystem dying. And I'm like, what the heck, man? This is the best project I've ever seen in crypto. And all the hate and the FUD against them, I thought was false. It was unwarranted. So I started the YouTube channel to help, get the teams back, to help promote the project, spread the word. And hey, I thought, actually at the beginning, I remember thinking, I'm going to get some of these people, these haters on here. I'm going to debate them. Let's go.
Yeah.
That never really happened. So I never got any of the haters on to like, come on, let's talk about it. You think they're a scam? Well, let's go. Let's bring it on. Okay. And so, and then, all we've seen, most teams, I can tell you, almost all teams out there, period, across the board, would have died by now. They would not have stuck through, or they would have closed the doors. They would have said, sorry, like we see with so many projects out there, they haven't. They've stayed dedicated, and what more can we ask for? They're not perfect. The team is not perfect. They made mistakes. They're frustrating, and my whole even thing with starting the YouTube channel was like, it's what we see in all, crypto projects just about out there in the world is when it comes to messaging, communication, marketing, it's like, for me being a business guy, it's so frustrating. So, I mean, that's what I wanted to try and add to the team, and just the hype, get the good vibes going, spread the word about the project, get in front of the FUD, take it on, head on, confront it, deal with it, work through it, set the record straight, and so these have been kind of my visions with the project. And then also knowing that, just like you said, when you're building through the bear and you hang in there and you DCA, hopefully money that you're able to lose, that you won't need anytime, within the next 5 years, you're putting money in that you won't need ever, really. It's like a 401k. You just put in money that you don't even think about, for years to come. And, you find the right project like this, 1000x potential all day long, baby.
Love it. Love it. And that's why I was saying the same thing, like as far as the in-game economy, like it's nothing in the crypto space that has such a diverse economy that I've come across. Now, it's probably projects out there that are trying to do so, or I saw a lot of projects that copycatted DeFi Kingdoms. But at the same time, a lot of those projects aren't around. Like a lot of those projects don't have the same team that DeFi Kingdom has, and
Right.
the in-game economy is so many different
Yeah.
ways you can make money in this game
Right.
and really play the game. And there's so many different strategies, and it's never just one right strategy. It just depends on what you want to do specifically in the game. Like you can do PvP, or you can have a
Yeah.
army full of questers, or you can it's so many different things, and it's so
Right.
diverse. And that's why I really love the game, because you can go different routes in it. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people are just so set on, PvP wins PvP. But we know with these big gaming studios that it takes years to actually build out things. But DeFi Kingdoms, while they're building PvP and PvE, they're still putting out information or other things you can do inside the game. And that's why I love it so much, because it's so many things other than PvP and PvE that you can do. Now I am waiting on everybody's waiting on it, and I'm not gonna lie. I seen that the proposal with Clayton, and like how they were talking about the 1.5 million, and how they got the list of pretty much of everything that they will have to do in order to get a specific that specific amount of money if they accomplish that feat. And I really believe, I'm not on the inside of any information. I don't have an insider voice in DeFi Kingdoms, but I know the first thing they put on the list was the bazaar, and we know the bazaar is already available in Crystalville, so it's ready to be shipped in Serendale. I think it's just right now Serendale's kind of it wouldn't make sense to put it on Serendale, in my personal opinion, because it's the gas fees are so high, and it really wouldn't make too much sense. That's how I feel now. And the second thing on the list was
Huh?
PvE.
Yep.
And I feel like PvE is pretty much developed. I think, in my personal opinion, I think PvE is pretty much developed. They're just really trying to, get the bugs out. But I think it's really pretty much ready to roll out. And it's not, like I said, I don't have any inside information, guys. So don't take my word on it. But just looking at how they put their proposal, I think that PvP is almost here.
Yep. Hey, I've got a little inside info there. Okay, let's drop some alpha, baby.
Let's drop some
Here's the
alpha.
deal. Here's the deal. It was a great relationship with Clayton. I don't think it's ever gone bad. I think it's still okay. It's still good. But when they first came on, it was really good. And then Clayton, for whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure, they cut down a lot of staff and they fired, including the people that were directly a liaison between DeFi Kingdoms and Clayton. They fired them. Okay, so then DeFi Kingdoms had like no point of contact for Clayton at the time. And a lot of the hopes that they had for the ecosystem, Asian market, different things, just kind of went on the back burner, it feels like, for the DeFi Kingdoms team. And it's still good. And I think, I thought it was a real gracious letter, especially considering, okay, I guess the team, Clayton, it hasn't been a profitable venture for Clayton.
Right.
Okay. When in the meantime, there's multiple blockchains, and one specifically, okay, that's offered millions and millions and millions, plural millions, lots of millions of dollars to bring the realm onto their blockchain. Either get a realm onto their blockchain or even possibly moving Serendale.
Right.
Okay? Because this one specific chain's like wants to do it by the end of the year. And I would love to tell you what it is, but I better not go that
Yeah,
far.
we gonna keep that. We dropped enough alpha. You dropped enough alpha.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's not a money grab. Okay. So all this FUD, right? When they did this proposal announcement, all this FUD went out against DeFi Kingdoms, saying it's a desperate money grab and all this and that. They must be running out of money. I saw it everywhere on Twitter out there. Nope. It's because They've got suitors ready to pony up because blockchains out there, there's not too many blockchains out there doing 3 million transactions per day.
Right.
Or 2 million or 1 million.
Right.
All right. Like you look at things like Cardano, or I mean, you probably know what like the Kronos blockchain does.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's huge, like for that blockchain to be able to show that, and that it's sustainable. And for several different reasons, it's profitable for the validators, things like that for the blockchain when you've got all those transactions running through there. And so now DeFi Kingdoms is being like above board. They're being awesome. They're trying to make it work with Clayton. But if Clayton's not going to, Clayton's going to kind of leave them hanging, they're going to move on and find better, greener pastures with cheaper blockchains, fractions of a penny, offering millions of dollars. How can you pass that up?
Right. You can't. It's only right. And that's the same thing I was thinking, Grady. I swear that I was thinking like that. It pretty much, I didn't believe it was a money grab. I think it was putting fire under the Clayton blockchain to say like, hey, we're pretty much you guys blockchain as far as transactions. Like it's not too many projects on Clayton that's doing I don't think it's no project on Clayton that's doing as many transactions on the blockchain. So I was like, I think it's more so not trying to be desperate for money or a grab, like you said, a money grab, but more so like, hey, like we've been here, we're building, we want support, we need cheaper fees for the players. Like, get me personally, I really don't do too many transactions on Clayton just because it's not really worth it. I kind of have majority of my heroes on Crystalville, so. And I can see why they wanted to do that, just to make the experience better and putting that fire under them. Like, hey, we're going to give you this proposal and you need to look over it because there's other blockchains. We still got 2 more realms, that's possible. Like, we don't know when they're putting it out, but we still have 2 more that's coming to other blockchains. So that's very, very exciting just to see them put the fire under Clayton and really put pressure on them. Like, hey, you see us now, you're gonna soon have to feel us where we coming from.
Yep. Hey, Brian. So Brian, when you put money into a 401k, so you go to work, if you work a 9-to-5 job, you've got a 401k, they're pulling out like 5% of your paycheck and you just never even get it. And what do? Is that money that you're worried about losing every week? Every month? Are you looking at that 401k every day and how it's performing? And you're going to need that money to cash it out. That's for retirement 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 20 years from now, however old you are. You're not thinking about it. That's what I mean and that's how you should take it. Am I going to need to live on this money? Am I going to run out of money? Well, if that's the case, you probably shouldn't be putting it into crypto. Right. But if you've got a little bit of money you can put in,
especially now at today's prices, like today's prices now. This is not financial advice, anybody who's watching, but it really, in a sense, Jewel is super, super undervalued. And I continue to say this. I'd say anything under $1 is undervalued for Jewel. Just being honest, because once we look at the tokenomics, we see how many transactions are happening on the blockchain, and we know with every transaction, it's a burn of Jewel. So just think about the bull market, and we expecting the bull market 2024, early 2025, maybe. So think about all of those transactions that's going to occur when more people come back, because it's going to be FOMO. FOMO is going to always happen in the crypto space. So people are going to want to come back into it, and they're going to want to play the game, and even more jewels being burned. And then also with the jeweler, you locking up Jewel, and people are going to want to lock up their Jewel to get these good features, different power-ups to play the game and help their heroes. So that's even making Jewel more scarce. And then if you withdraw your Jewel from the jeweler, that's a 50% burn. So that's even more Jewel being burned. So that's why I'm like, hey, it's like a win-win. It's like it's setting yourself up. If you just think about it long term, it's pretty much setting yourself up to win.
That's right, man. It so bullish on Jewel, deflationary, like you say. The demand's never going to stop. The power-ups the burning's only going to intensify. man, and the team keeps figuring out ways to make all the tokens even more valuable. Now the power tokens are being burned at a 25% rate, up
Right.
from 5%, so as long as this team continues to grind, continues to big things coming. Big things are coming. Oh, I
Yeah,
cannot wait for next
I
week.
cannot wait. I'm ready. I'm ready for the rims. I'm ready
Yeah.
for, I'm ready for the millions to come into DeFi Kingdoms, because I believe this player base can grow by so much, and
Yeah.
it's one of the best crypto projects. So,
Period.
how do you feel about the new season? Have you played the new season of Duels yet?
I have been so busy. I
Yeah.
have not. So it's a little bit of an undertaking doing exactly what George wants us to do for his new channel. It's gonna be a little bit of a doozy here at first, but I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be big. So thank God Christian is in our lives. And Christian's gonna take a big brunt of this because he's gonna do the video editing. And so we're gonna be doing we're going to be interviewing 2 gaming projects per week. Okay. And doing like a video with each one separate, just on our own channels. Okay. And then we're going to take clips from that and compare the 2 games. So similar type games we're going to do. Okay. And we're going to like grade the games, and still, we're only going to be doing games that we're bullish on, good games.
Right.
So it's going to paint both games in a good light, but we are going to like have an honest, deep, thorough, assessment and kind of compare tokenomics, utility. We're going to compare NFTs, and NFT utility and starting price. We're going to compare, the 2 projects when it comes to like their social score, their communication, messaging, marketing. We're going to compare the projects on the gameplay itself. Okay. And kind of like have it be a fun comparison between the 2 games. And then, we're going to do a video on that. And then Christian's going to be cutting out all these clips on the video and try to make like a 10 to 12 minute long video that we put out once a week, comparing the 2 games, like in a good, tasteful, classy way. So it's like, setting all that up, I was talking to the right-hand man of the president of Gala today. It's like, it's like lining up all these things. Tomorrow, we're going live with Classy Games to talk about spider tanks. And then I've already had Scott on to talk WAGMI games, but we're going to do another one just so Christian can get better clips for that. I'm going to have Scott again on with WAGMI games. So this first week will be spider tanks versus WAGMI games. So I'm like so busy with that. And then kids back to school and everything. It's been like a little good break for me. Sometimes it's good to just, I've got DFK helper questing all my heroes for me.
Right.
How to take care of everything. And I'm just kind of getting by for now, hanging in there. And then when the bullish season comes back to DeFi Kings, when this guy stops selling, for one, I'm going to be buying up some Jewel.
Yeah.
And how much? I think you were thinking 2 million Jewel left. I think it's more like 3.5 million.
I think it's probably about 3. I got to check again. I'm not completely, sure on the exact number.
Yeah.
And so is it games from all blockchains?
All kinds of games. We'll be covering undead blocks for sure, without question, because I know those guys. And, all these different gaming projects, the good, the bad, the ugly, pros, cons. And, I'm pumped. And so then George is going to be, we're doing that with a team, that George is putting together, and just the exposure and the connections we'll be making is like,
right.
Woo, baby. Woo.
That's going to be big. That's
Brian D. Evans and the president of Gala. It's like all these guys, VCs, and I'm just going to have fun and make the most of it and try to do a good job for George. And then he might want to, there's all kinds of talks about doing all kinds of things. So thank God for Christian Peter and Kong, who's my right-hand man. I couldn't do it without those guys.
Yeah, shout out to Kong. That's my guy right there. That's my guy.
And so I don't know if I'll have time to be doing any of the duels, but I'm sure I will. Like one of these, I'll just be on here streaming one day and I'll be like, all right, let's just get in here and do some duels. Let's go.
Yeah. And see me, like I feel like right now is not the best time for me to be dueling, just because like you said, I'm so busy
Right.
that I don't have, like, I feel like my heroes right now is like people who are really dedicated to dueling, like, and they are going crazy. So I got up to like uncommon one. I did like I did the 10 duels at one time. So I got up to uncommon one the first 10, and I came
Okay.
back with another 10, and I went all the way back down to common. So I was like, hold on, let me let me just wait till the end of the season. But so some of the competition can leave once they level
Yeah.
up to mythic and things like that. I can come in and they probably won't be playing anymore. So I can come in and kind of smoothly climb up the ranks and get those rewards. But right now it's too competitive for me. I know a lot of people have those high level heroes and just knocking me out the waters right now. But shout out to the people who've been playing the game, leveling up their heroes and
Yep.
doing that. But I'm staying out until I can get in a safe entry and start, winning some good rewards.
Yeah, man. I need to, just to get some Mashka runes. If they're handing those
Yeah.
out.
And that
Ooh,
was something I like too. I like that the new rewards are the mascaroons. So
mm-hmm.
and we need those because I'm
Yeah.
really not trying to too much buy any. I've been trying to quest as much as possible, but
Right.
hey, those are hard to find in the quest. The mascaroons I get like maybe one a week. If
Oh,
that, probably one every 2 weeks.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's so crazy how far behind I am on leveling. I've got hundreds of heroes that I need to level. But I always just run out of Mashka and I'll buy some up. I'll buy some here and
Yeah.
there just to like keep it going a little bit and keeps. But then as soon as those Mashka get, collected from a quest through DFK Helper, it just boom, auto levels, one of the heroes ready to level. And so every time I go, if I get in there, I can buy 20. I could get in there and buy 50 and then log back in the next day, take a look, they're all gone. They've all been used.
Yeah.
And so it's like, dang, that's been wild.
Yeah. So I know we've been talking about the whale.
Yep.
How do you feel about the whale dumping right now?
I just think, you know, he's probably just had enough of the bear market. It wears on our brains like, it's nuts, driving us all crazy, the bear market. So you have to have the right mindset and when you approach it. And he's probably just thinking, I'm going to get out while I can. This project's going to die. He's not believing in the team anymore. He's probably listening to somebody fighting the project out there or something, and he's just giving up. He's throwing in the towel. That's my guess, because he's doing this right. I mean, dude, we are like 20 or 19 or 20 or 21 days away from the next crypto gym launching, and all kinds of big monster announcements. We got Pervy Sage out there with Workhorse developing the game. All these partnerships that they're making it easier for new players to come in. Holiday. They've got, all these different things going on. And there's more. Believe me, there is more, like with the Bazaar, there's more coming. Big partnerships coming and a whole bunch of stuff coming. And when you say, yeah, they're just about, when I was out there a few months ago talking with Workhorse, baby, Pervy Sage out there, he said he had already developed out like 97% of all of PvP, PvE, and crafting. It's just like a matter of dialing it all in, and, which is a big, I think, feat. He's wanting to make it's his baby. He's wanting to make an e-sport level game. It's the only game they've ever developed is Wisdom Gaming. They are an e-sport gaming broadcasting company. They're not e-sport gaming developers, except for DeFi Kingdoms. That's it. It's his baby. He wants to make it e-sport level. He wants to make it awesome. And they're, the team's prepping for, how are they going to handle it when thousands of people start pouring into the game? How can they make it easy on the ecosystem? They're working through roadblocks systematically, okay, to make it awesome and a good experience. And they're continuously trying to update and do things better and learn from mistakes. And, so they're grinding, they're working. I mean, what else can we ask for, baby?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I felt that PvE and PvP was kind of pretty much, not done, but I understand that, like you said, that's his baby, so he wants to make sure it's put out the right way. And that's
Yep.
why I didn't understand why the well was dumping like at this price. Like I'm like, you pretty much almost there. It's like the bull market is so near. Like it's really like, yeah, I mean, we probably have to wait. I'll give it 2025 at the latest, but it's so close. And with all of these new developments that's going on, I didn't understand it personally, but I thank him for doing it because we get cheaper bags.
Yeah.
We can fill our bags up for even less money. So that's very, very bullish. And when people ask me like, is that bearish? Like, no, it's bullish for me because I'm looking at the long term of things. Like I'm not looking at today, what's going on in the ecosystem today, or in price, because I'm not a trader. I'm not a trader, so I'm not trying to trade the price if it drops, 10%, or no, I am an investor. So I'm going to buy those dips. Now I'm not going to buy every single dip maybe, but I'm waiting on him to, if he dumps the entire bag, then I'm going crazy buying so much jewel. I'm really just excited. Like, I'm excited for him to dump on us. Like, I know that sounds crazy. I
It's a
know
mindset.
that, and people might be saying, hey, Tro, you're crazy, man. Like, you need to, somebody even DM me, was like, man, you're crazy. You need to get out of DeFi Kingdoms right now because the well is about to dump. And I'm like, why would I get out instead of adding more jewel to the bag? I just don't understand it. But maybe it's like I said in the tweet, I'm either going to be crazy, like a dumbass, or I'm going to be a legend. And I'm thinking I'm feeling very legendary right now.
Let's go, baby. Every time I see on Twitter, when DeFi Kingdom's out there, people are, chit-chatting out there. There's always those people that pipe in and say, man, DeFi Kingdoms was the biggest mistake of my whole life. I'm so glad I got out of that a year ago, and all kinds of FUD. Everyone's always kicking them when they're down. They're not paying attention. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't really know what's going on with the project. They're just out there with their hip shot opinions, waxing eloquent. They don't even have a clue. Now, if they did and they knew something that we don't know, that's a different story. But I don't ever see anybody fudding DeFi Kingdoms that actually knows what the hell they're talking about. They don't. It's just total hip shot opinions. There's nobody with inside knowledge. What's going on that we don't know? Oh my gosh, the team. Never. And every time, every Thursday, which is tomorrow, the team, fires that AMA up right there at 1 o'clock Central Grady time, and they're just cruising every single time. Head down grinding, baby.
Right. And I love that because, like I said, I keep saying there's no team that's really just doing it, especially a low market, like DeFi Kingdoms. It's really very, micro right now. We are under $10 million in market cap. But I'm just so excited. Like, I love when people call me crazy because I feel like the greatest things are done by the crazy people.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you just follow those fundamentals and it can be brutal, just like it was brutal for people believing in Bitcoin back when it was a penny. They're buying up that Bitcoin and then it went up to $1 and then it went all the way back down to a penny, and all their friends that got into it, and then it happened again. It went up from $1 to $10 or $100, went up to $100 and went all the way back down to whatever it went down to, like $4 or $5. And all their buddies lost all their money and said, you're crazy and Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's going to die. If you're just holding on that whole time, there's a lot of volatility happening in the earth. Like in Bitcoin's entire life, there's been a lot of volatility.
Right.
Just like we're experiencing now, just like it. And it's been like some brutal bear markets. And hey, if you're just DCAing, buying up some Bitcoin, trying to buy those dips, you're just holding the whole time, you're the richest guy in the world right now. Right. That's simple,
So, that is true.
And so my goal is to find, okay, what's what are some other projects where that same thing's going to happen? You know, I never imagined that Jewel would have gotten down this low, you know, but hey, the team has not indicated anything other than full steam ahead, baby.
Right.
No other indications at all whatsoever. They're not faltering. They've got visions and game plans and big monster partnerships and announcements coming left, right, and center. All and updates and, you know, all kinds of stuff always happening all the time. Period. They never stop, and their head is down, and they're grinding.
Love it.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. You can't. You like. I feel like it's you can't beat it. So you might as well join it. You might as well start playing. This is the best time to get into the game. I always tell people that, like, when I onboard people, I say this is the best time for the simple fact that everything is super cheap right now. Like, everything is cheap. Heroes are less than $1.
Right.
Jewel is less than 10 cents now. So it's like, why would you think any like, if you couldn't afford it in the last bull market, why not try to get in this bull, you know, or this bear market rather? Get in the bear market, so when the next bull market comes, you're set just like how the old bull market. Now, I don't think heroes, you know, with the inflation and things like that, I don't really think here the floor price of heroes will be like how it was, because I know in the beginning I bought like a common for about $100 plus.
Yeah. Well, hey, so think about it for a second. How many heroes are there in existence right now out there? Like what, 500,000? Like a 500,000, give or take? Okay. I mean, what happens if 500,000 people come into the game and want to play? What do you think is going to happen?
Right.
What do you think is going to happen to the value of those heroes? I mean, what if 10,000 people come to them and want to play the game? What if 20,000? I mean, that sounds pretty realistic to me.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. And so there's not 20,000 heroes available to buy. I mean, maybe there's 20,000 heroes total available to buy in that tavern right now. Total would be my guess. I don't know for sure. I bet Christian KP could probably look that right up. Okay. I mean, just imagine where the floor price will go. Okay. When you've got, if the game succeeds, the game's good, the team keeps, you know, breaking through, grinding. When I see guys out there like Wowie and Matty Pesk, you know, who are big time deep dive gamers, they're guru gamers, and you see how excited they are about this game. Okay, that's a good indicator to me that the gaming world out there, there's going to be a sector of the gaming world that's going to be interested in getting hooked on this game. When that happens, okay, you're just trying to build your army or do whatever you're trying to do. You're not as concerned about, you know, they'll always be traders buying and selling. But in that world, if you're trying to compete esport level, you're wanting to get in there and buy the best heroes and, you know, and craft and get the best weapons and this and that. Okay. You're not really concerned. You're not paying attention to the cost. You're just playing the game. Yeah. Okay. And that's what we need in crypto. I'm tired of all the speculative, you know, stuff going on in crypto. I want crypto to become a real world part of our real lives, where
it's seamless.
Yeah, where we just need it in our real lives. Like if we want to level our heroes, we need Mashka runes. Okay. It's not like we're out there wanting to buy and sell and trade. I mean, some people might be trying to trade all that and do all that. No, if you're just trying to level your heroes, you need Mashka runes. It's that simple. Okay. It's just like, now, when that comes for all things crypto in our lives, which I believe, you know, over this next decade, there's going to be so much adoption coming into the space where average Joe people need it in their average Joe lives. It's not about speculative trading anymore. It's like, oh, we need this for this, you know, or whatever it is. Like, and there's no better utility really out there that's like low-hanging fruit than gaming. In this season, it's gaming. Crypto's going to overtake gaming.
Right.
Gaming.
And, you know, like I said that I believe crypto gaming is going to be super major. So KP says 12,000 heroes for sale in the tavern right now. People will want the higher level heroes too. So, and that's why I always tell people as well, I agree with KP. That's why I would say level up your heroes, because they appreciate You know,
Yep.
like people are gonna, especially once we hit that bull market, people are not gonna want to start the level 0 questing.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be, they're gonna want to start at level 10 questing. They're gonna want to jump right in. And I
Yep.
know people personally who don't even buy Jewel, or they only buy Jewel to do gas fees, but they are actually like getting it down to the nitty gritty and trying to find the best heroes for PvP or the best questers. Like they're really actually playing the game, and I think that's what it's going to transform into. Not just speculating on prices of Jewel or the utility tokens, but actually want to play the game because it's fun. And I think that's what PvP is going to bring. Because even with the duels, I believe people are really excited about duels, especially with these new rewards.
Yeah, baby. And shout out to Sleepwalker, baby. Remember talks of the champion program. Is that what they're calling this new duels thing? Like a
Yeah, the
champion?
champion. Yeah, it's the champion. So if you can challenge the champion, and I believe you get a certain amount of fees, of the from the pot or whatever, you're getting a certain amount of fees from it. So that's very big too. Like I
Mhm.
think just bragging rights saying you're the champion of DFK duels. Like it's people who are out there who are literally, they don't even care about the money. They just want to have the bragging rights.
Yep.
Just being the DFK dual champion.
Yep. Yep.
So
So,
that's
and
that's
just
so bullish
imagine
to
when
me.
PvP and PvE are out. It's like, and the guilds are going, and the land utility and the crafting. It's like, like mind blown. Shout out to Robin Hood, baby. I love this guy.
Hey, better late than never, Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
Start over 1.5x speed. That's always what I say.
Right.
That job. Yeah. So, man, what do you think about this champion program? I think it's, or champion, whatever they're calling it for duels. I think it's brilliant. I think it's big brains.
I think it gets more people involved because,
Yeah.
like I said, people want to be the champion. Like they don't even care. I mean, of course, the fees add to it. Like they want to get the fees from winning, but at the same time, it's just being able to see your name across, the bottom of DFK duels. Like, okay, yeah, I'm right there. Like they're placing the champion right when you go to the duel section in the tavern, so you can see who is actually the champion. And if you win, I think it's a 5-game win streak.
Yeah.
And that you can challenge the champion. So pretty much anybody can challenge whoever the champion is. And I
Yeah.
think this just brings more people
Right.
wanting to do duels.
Right. And I think there's, if you want to challenge them, you got to pay double.
Yeah.
And then the winner gets a bigger payout. I don't think duels is a big moneymaker for the team. I mean, I'm sure a little bit, but 75% of all the power tokens used in duels are burned. 75% of all those power tokens used in duels burned, baby. And I think the other 25% goes to the, gardening rewards or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of that's really going to the team. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And so it's just like a service to the ecosystem. Duels is.
Right. And I love the burning of the utility tokens as well, because I
Yeah,
believe they're gonna go up in price. I'm not
I
gonna
do
lie,
too.
just being real.
I
I
do too.
think they can go. They're gonna go up in price in the long term.
Like, I mean, if people come to the game, they're going to need the power tokens to play the game. Like, so it's like the market cap is so low on those power tokens right now. It's just like, it's upside there. Obviously, I'll always be by far the most bullish on Jewel.
Right.
But in the short term, gosh dang. I mean, as Jewel, this guy's dumping Jewel, it's causing everything in the ecosystem to dump because everything's paired with Jewel. Right. And so within the ecosystem, everything dumps, including especially the power tokens are taking that beating right alongside Jewel.
Yeah.
But when this guy's done selling, I'll be in there buying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I'm waiting on him to finish dumping so we can scoop his bags up and I will take better care of the Jewel.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that there's a lot of people ready for that, and they're going to try and front run that. And so the guy's going to make like his last sale. You're going to blink, and there'll be like $1 million injected, and we're just going to see a candle wick straight back up. I could see that happening because there's a bunch of us. I know Christian Peter and the Brown Gent talking about that. They got money on the sideline, ready to buy up some Jewel when this guy's done. I mean, how many people out there? Like, so what do? It's probably not a bad time to kind of maybe start a little bit DCAing in, but you still want some money on the side to buy it because it could dip down. What? I mean, this thing go down to 5 cents?
Right.
I don't know.
I think it could go down to 5 cents potentially, but I'm not gonna lie to you, Grady. I already been dollar cost averaging. Like I'm a digging. I'm not like I've been dollar cost averaging once it hit under 10 cents.
Right.
Just being real. Not a lot though. I still got some left on the side, but I feel like just under 10 cents is super, super undervalued right now.
Oh my gosh. 100x right now goes to 8 Jewel at $8. I mean, when you compare the tokenomics of Jewel a year and a half ago when it was at $8, or maybe now it's like over a year and a half ago, a little bit over a year and a half ago, Jewel is at $8. I mean, compared to the tokenomics now with millions of Jewel getting burned, and it's 125 million Jewel fully circulating. Woo!
Right. And I think it's 122 mil. I think 122 and some change as far as because I think it's already close to 3 million that's already been burned.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. This is in the bear market now. 3 million, I mean, close to 3 million already burned in the bear market. So just think about once we hit the bull market. That's why I don't get what people say. Just because we know in the bull market, transactions are going to be sky high. So there's even more Jewel being burned. Like that's crazy to me.
Hey, so Mark, we're hoping, we're anticipating the DeFi Kingdoms will be one of the contestants on the next crypto gym. We're just going to have to see. It comes out September 7th. They dropped, where anybody can watch it on their cell phone today. Jet today dropped it on Twitter, and I already downloaded the app, whatever it was called, on my TV. You got a Roku or an Amazon stick and like several different platforms. And there's just anybody pretty much in the entire world is going to be able to watch the next crypto gym. And it's going to error. It's going to be on air over and over and over and over and over again, all over the place. I know he's working on Netflix, Hulu. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be in front of potentially multiple millions of people to watch that TV show. Are they already talking with George, about becoming an advisor to the project? I mean, is that out there? Can we put 2 and 2 together? Has Jet come on my channel a couple times? The founder of the next crypto gym, Jet, the man who's connected with major VCs all over the place, the biggest in all of crypto influencers out there. And that's what pumps these projects is when the bull run starts coming around and the big influencers, whatever projects they're talking about, those are the projects that are going to pump. It's that simple. It's a hype-driven market. But then on top of that, when the hype is actually warranted, when there's an actual real product there that people can go and play, for example, a game that's fun, all the more it spreads. The potential is millions of people could come into the ecosystem. But if just 10,000 people came in, 20,000 people, that's really realistic. Really, really, really realistic. If that happens, on a horrible scenario, this ecosystem is going to be 100xing. As long as the ecosystem survives and they pull through, this is where the true blue 1000x potential comes into play.
Right. And I totally agree, man. I'm really excited for the crypto gym just to see, especially having Grady, the legendary crypto Grady, having Grady on. And I've been seeing you, like you said, with Jet. I seen that interview. So I'm really very excited to see the crypto gym. And We praying to see DFK on the crypto gym. It's gonna be amazing to see how many people are gonna pretty much FOMO into the project after we get that type of exposure.
Yep. Yep. I mean, we already have Hustle talking about it, that one of the biggest gaming YouTubers out there. The seeds are being planted. We got George talking about it and tweeting out about it. Some giving a little love to DeFi Kingdoms. Those seeds being planted, people are starting to open their eyes back up to it. All right, when the time comes, it's gonna come fast and hard, fast and hard. Like if you've been through a bull and a bear and then a bull and a bear and then a bull, okay, it comes. You blink, you wake up the next day and you freaking missed it. You hear about all these projects all the time. Like just a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I need to get in there and buy up some more Rune, some more Thor chain. Right? It's up like 200 or 300% since then. I was DCAing into that and still holding a little bag, but I didn't have a ton of it. It's like, whoops. Well, I guess the same thing. Super bullish on the weight token, the utility that's going to come for that. That's another mind-blowing token, that I'm DCAing into. The weight token. That's, kind of the hourglass community is what Jet is a part of, kind of backing the next crypto gym. And there's going to be
aren't those projects that pretty much get like sponsored by the crypto gym, don't they, or will they use like the weight token?
Yeah, so they've got they're an incubator now. And so they're helping with, the partnerships with Brian D. Evans and other big VCs such as Animoca Brands. Okay, the largest gaming VC in all of crypto. Okay, and all these different partnerships. There's several projects coming up that the weight community, the hourglass community, is incubating to help launch these projects. And all of the projects, the weight token is the exclusive token. So it's like, and just with the TV show, there's going to be utility for the weight token. So like Alpha District, I'm super pumped. This game's going to be awesome. Coming out next year. They're still working all that out. Okay, it's going to be a little while before that comes out. But when it does, the weight token is the only exclusive token in that game, like crypto token. So, and that's going to be the case for multiple different projects out there. And the weight token is currently fully circulating. And all of, just like with the Ponzi token, that I've talked about in the past, all the weight token contracts in Uniswap are burned. They renounce the contracts. So the team cannot pull that liquidity out. They can't rug pull the project. It's impossible. No rug pull possible. They can't withdraw the liquidity ever. So out of Uniswap, it's burned. Okay, so all the way to circulating, it's like the tokenomics don't get any better than that. And so as there comes adoption there, I mean, I could easily see the weight token be a top 50 market cap, just like with Jewel. Top 100, top 50, no problem there. With all the utility and use cases coming for the project, look out, baby.
That's gonna be very, very bullish for weight. I gotta scoop me up some weight. When I saw it, I like it actually, like I was watching a video, one of your videos, and then price just went up. So I'm trying to find a dip, but I might not find a dip. So I might just start.
It's weird. And I'm in a lot of the inner chats, like the founders of Hourglass chat. Okay. And Jet's just like, you know what, at this point, because all these projects are taking a lot of heat and a lot of FUD through the bear. And Jet's like, man, just who cares? We'll just let these guys sell, because get all these paper handers out. Right now, the weight token, Hourglass weight, is at 22 cents, man.
Okay.
That's a pretty big dip, I would say. I mean, it just few months ago, it was up over like 45 cents.
Yeah, I think that's when I actually looked at it. I think I looked at it when it was close to 45 cents.
Yeah, there's no reason why it's down like that at all. It's only bullish.
Yeah.
All the biggest YouTubers are talking about it, getting in on it. All, all the major players, big VC backing, major backing. It's like all roads in crypto are, I think, possibly going to kind of end up leading to Jet. He's just a heart of gold. The dude's a gem. And his heart is to just to be a help and a blessing for the crypto space, to help these little projects get exposure to the world, and have to face the hard questions, on the quality of the project, but it's just going to be huge. I'm so pumped for this TV show and anything Jet does. And I always tell him, you just tell me, Grady, I need you. And I'll say, hey, you just tell me jump and I'll say how high. It's that simple. I just believe in those guys. I spent a whole day with him attached to his hip out there at his office. And dude is one of a kind.
Amazing. Love to hear that. Love to hear that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take up all of your time. I know you're very, very busy. I got one last question. So are you ready for DeFi Kingdoms in the bull market? Are you prepared for the bull? Because I'm ready. I'm just so excited right now. Like I said, I don't care if the whale is selling. I'm still stacking my bags. The more he sells, the more I buy, I feel. And once we hit that full-on bull market, we are going to be geniuses.
Yep. That's my only problem is I don't own enough Jewel.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's like still my biggest holding probably in all of crypto.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. So I'm ready to buy. I've got, some money. I've been summoning with my Gen Zeros and selling the Gen 1s, and every time I just got USDC waiting to buy up some Jewel. I just keep like slowly kind of building that USDC pool there. And I'll be ready to buy when I'm ready to buy.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, baby.
Well, it was so good having you on, Brady. Grady, I love everything you do for the crypto space, not only DeFi Kingdoms, but just bringing the excitement. Crypto Grady, you do it, you make it look so easy, man. You do it so flawlessly, and I just love to watch your videos, your content. You continue to put out good content, valuable content that I feel like everybody should watch. Like I said, not only just DeFi Kingdoms, but every type of piece of content you put out is so, passionate. And I love to watch, YouTubers and content creators who are passionate about the things they talk about, because that makes me believe in them and makes me believe in the projects. Of course, I do my own research, but it just helps me, helps me feel like, yes, this person is really behind it and they feel so passionate about it. So I want to be as passionate as you. Shout out to Grady, man, for coming onto the channel, Grady. I appreciate that.
Man, right back at you. I love watching your shows. You just put one out like an hour ago. You put one out on DeFi Kingdoms Duels, baby. Be sure to go watch that. It's like 10 minutes, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, so we ended on that note. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Shout out to Crypto Grady. Make sure you subscribe to the channels. Make sure you subscribe to Crypto Grady's channel, because like I said, he is the best at what he does. And he is really a gem to the crypto space and to the DeFi Kingdom community. And if you want, a very much so breakdown of DeFi Kingdoms, he gives us this each and every time he puts out content. So I love this guy, and he's doing some amazing things. And we're going to continue to build this community out, continue to make this content for you guys.
Love you, man. I love you. Appreciate you, Tro. Oh, love you.
Love it.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go. So we're out of here, guys. Tune in to the next live, and we got to do this again. We got to do this again coming soon. I come to your channel, you come back on here.
And dude, anytime we could do this on a regular if you want. We could have we could do this monthly, weekly. You let us know. Let's go.
I got it. Let's go.
Yeah, baby. Love you, man.
Love you too.
Tro.